Joseph Oyebola is my name, and I am a salesman in one of the leading energy and renewable companies in Nigeria. And it is my utmost pleasure to be here. If your action inspires others to dream more, to learn more, to do more and become more, then you are a leader. However, before you lead others, you must have led yourself into achieving your goals. You're living a life worthy of emulation and be in control of your finances to be in a better place regardless of what you are earning. There is certainly a term known as financial leadership. Well, in the corporate world, a financial leader manages costs. They look for the best cost-effective ways to ensure that they deliver on best practices. They guide the organization's investments. They participate in financial decision making, and of course, they drive strategic growth initiative. So what does this tells us? In our personal lives, we should be able to manage and be in control of our finances, from our earnings to our expenditure. And, expenditure is very, very, very important when it comes to financial literacy, because that is where we spend most money. That is where we have most of our expenses. So we need to, pay a very important attention to that particular place, and of course, to how we save our money. So financial leadership does exist in everybody's lives, in our everyday lives. It's not a joke to lead an organization, and trust me, organization is there to make profit. So of course they are going to earn their financial attributes to ensure that they are getting in the figures. But of course, on the flip side, I think individuals can also attain leadership in their personal finances, because the goal of an individual, the financial goal of an individual, is to attain financial freedom. So what do you do to attain financial freedom? What do you do to lead your finances? First thing first, you need to live below your means. You cannot live above your means. You cannot, for instance, earn 100,000 naira and you are spending 150,000 naira every month. I mean, that kind of a budgeting is poor, and it will only lead to death. So, number one, live below your means. And number two, an individual needs to know the basic principle of money management. For instance, you need to know how to make a budget. You need to know how to make a budget. You need to know the importance of budget. You need to track your expenses. You need to be able to separate your luxury, differentiate your luxury from your necessity. I mean, you need to concentrate on what you need, not just what you want or what it's moving around, what's trending, and you feel you should join the bandwagon to get that particular stuff you really do not need. When you move towards that direction, you might end up not attaining financial freedom. So budgeting is very important when it comes to managing finances and attaining financial leadership. I mean, you want to create a budget around what you earn every month. Let's take, for instance, an employer that works every month and earn a certain amount. There should be a budget, a lean budget, that should govern such an individual spending monthly. So I would like to share my budget, the one that I use basically every month, because of course I earn money I would like to share it for people to know the way I manage my expenses every month. So I make budget for housing, I make budget for savings, I make budget for either faith, charity, donation, whatever you want to call it. I make budget for utility, I make budget for transportation, fuel, fixed cars, I make budget for clothing. That doesn't occur every month for me. I make budget for for food, I make budget for subscriptions, and of course investment. So at the end of the day or at the end of the month, I am able to track everything I spend. I'm able to track my expenditure. I'm able to, to know what is left. I'm able to know what I have saved. Then another principle that is very important if you really want to attain financial leadership is you need to learn how to make more money. Trust me, there's a popular saying that it's not really the amount you make, but the amount you are able to save at the end of the month. However, yes, as long as that principle stands, for me, you really need to make more money, because when you make more money, it avails you to get your financial goal on time. It makes life more comfortable for you, and it makes you to save more. So definitely, if you really want to attain a financial leadership, if you really want to attain your financial goal, you need to learn to make more money. If you are an employee, for instance, I have always emphasized that a stream of employee, it's terrible. It's just like if you are existing on just a stream of income, I see you to be an endangered species that is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. It's a serious thing. So an employee that goes to work and ends at the end of the month should be able to sit down and say, fine, when I come back from work, my spare time, the time that belongs to me, what do I do it with? You don't want to sit down every day and catch up on every movie on TV, on Netflix. You don't want to catch up on all the gist in town. At times, you want to sit down and think of how to make money. You need to generate side hustle. You need to learn how to make more money for yourself so that you can attain your financial goal. You really need to cut down on your expenses. You need to cut down wastes. I think your finances should be approached from the angle of just in time. Whatever it is that you need, it's what you should concentrate on. Any other thing that has to do with your wants, any other things that are not necessary, you should tend to consider them as waste, so you tend to eliminate them. Having said that, to stay financially stable, to maintain a good lifestyle, of course, like I said, is to make more money. You need to learn to make more money. How do you learn to make more money? Number one, again, I think now, jobs over everywhere now are becoming highly competitive. So you need to hone your skills. You need to keep evolving. You need to learn new skills. You don't want to become obsolete. You don't want someone else to come and take your job. So you need to keep developing yourself in your field of play. If you are a salesman, you need to learn more of how to ensure that you are making more sales. So I wouldn't say that there are other things. You need to learn skills for side hustle, like I mentioned earlier, for side businesses. The internet has collapsed the walls of the world. So we now live in a borderless society whereby people living in Lagos can interact and do business with people living in New York. So it's a huge opportunity. It's a great revolution that the internet has brought. So I think we need to leverage on the internet as youths. It's our thing. We need to leverage on the internet and ensure that we are getting the most out of it. Fine, I know that we use the internet almost like every day, but we need to question ourselves, what are we really using the internet for? Is it that we just sit down and wake up and read all the gossips that is going on around and chat, to just make friends and while away time? No, we need to have a rethink. We need to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, internet is a big tool. We can actually use it to better our lives. We can actually use it to better our finances. So there are a lot of skills that can be learned on the internet for free. I mean, talk about the YouTube. Everywhere they are there. As a matter of fact, organizations, online schools now are offering free courses due to this COVID pandemic. So I think we can also leverage on that. Take courses online, develop new skills. There are varieties of skills that we can learn on the internet. You can learn digital marketing and be a service provider to small organizations. You could learn graphic design graphics. You could learn programming. You could learn writing. You could learn animation and video creation. You could learn photography. You could learn editing, video editing. You could learn copywriting, creative writing, ghostwriting. You could even actually you could learn how to write ebooks. You could learn to design ebooks, and you begin to wonder, where do I sell these services? Used to go back to the internet, used to leverage on the internet, because everything you want is on the internet. I mean, there are places where you could sell your skills so long you are sure of what you are doing. I mean, you could go to places like websites like Fiverr.com, freelance.com, Upwork, People Per Hour, Grow.com, just to mention few. And you see, maintaining, trying to get to this level of financial freedom, it's not just an overnight thing. It's a thing that you nurture consistently, you build over time. It's not an overnight success. I mean, it's not a scheme, so it doesn't work like that. So I would enjoy you if you start making money on the side. So what you should do, basically, it's not to blow the money. No, this is not the time to say, okay, now I have made 50,000 naira, let me blow up this money because another one will come. No, that it doesn't work that way. So what I would advise you do is to begin to think investment. You invest on a long time, and you begin to say, okay, what can I invest on? I don't even know my right from my left. See, trust me, there are areas of investment you could put your money and you go to bed with your two eyes closed because your money are well secured. I mean, you could put your money in mutual fund, you could put your money in treasury bills, you could put your money in bond, you could put your money in agri-tech, you could put your money in stock, you could put your money in real estate. So when you do this on the long term. You can do this for 6 months, a year, and more. So when you are doing this, you are securing your finances and attaining the goal of your financial freedom. Thank you. My name is Joseph Oyebola. I am a salesman. Keep watching Joe Art Creations for your best educative, entertaining, creative, and engaging content. Boom!